Alrighty. Okay, so unfortunately, because I was late, it's because there's some stuff we had to get a water filter and some air filters and stuff, and so I was spending time, and I just totally forgot the time. That's what happens when you have such a long break, I guess. But so I'll still be going to 3:30, but which is kind of funny because this morning when I started, it was around 3 o'clock when I started, and I started messing around, talking to using this discussion to discuss the tool programming stuff. Anyways, now we're back to this. Okay. Okay, so I'm supposed to tell you how I want it to work. So, whenever you do also, I forgot to mention nothing clears when you select an empty space. That's another problem. So let me tell you how I want it all to work. Okay. So I should be able to click any so I should be able to drag any selected panels if I click on them and hold the mouse button down, regardless of modifier key. If it's selected and I'm holding the mouse button down and I've clicked on any selected panel, I should be able to drag any of them. It should only stop when I let up on a drag, and it should deselect all when I click on empty space. If I'm hitting Control, it should toggle selection. And probably should not deselect anything unless no modifier key is being held down, so you don't accidentally click outside while still holding Control or Shift. Okay. Shift should simply add to the selected panels, but no toggle. Does that make sense? Now I'm gonna click no modifier. Click a room. Select only that room. If you click the empty space, deselect all. If you click and hold it on a selected room, enter drag mode for all currently selected rooms. Right. So it would still only drag the one if only the one was selected. Control click toggle. If you click a room, toggle selection state. If you click empty space, do nothing. Don't clear. Don't change selection. If you hold the mouse down on already selected room, drag all selected room, same as a normal drag. Right? Shift click add. If you click a room, always add it to selection, no toggling. If you click empty space, do nothing. If you hold the mouse down on selected room, drag all selected rooms. Dragging works only if the click starts on a selected room, always drags all currently selected rooms, stops when the mouse button is released. So the key differences from your current behavior are clicking empty space without modifiers clears all. Control and shift don't cause accidental clearing. Dragging respects the current selection no matter which modifier is pressed when the click happened. I think that does it. At least it should until I test it and something I hadn't thought of occurs. But that should be the correct. That should be how it works. Thank you. I would say thank you, even if it's a perfect. Adjust on room click logic so it branches based on modifier keys plus empty space versus the room. Adjust the drag start condition so it always uses current selection if the click begins on a selected room, no matter what that modifier is pressed. Add a clear selection case for clicking empty space with no modifier is pressed. That should line up with your row. Yes, please. It's actually gonna, I guess, rewrite it, but I was hoping it would just like fix what was there. So if clicked empty space, deselect, but only if no modifier key. If clicked room is already selected, start dragging immediately regardless of modifiers. If control is held down, toggle selection. If shift is held down, add to selection, no modifiers. Select only this room. Start dragging. Keep on dragging will start immediately if you click on any already selected room, regardless of modifiers. Control toggle selection without affecting other selected rooms. Shift adds to selection. Clicking empty space deselects all, but only if no modifiers are held. Yes, please. I guess I'll have to wait to see if it's a different function or if it's unhandled input. Fully independent of modifiers. Click on selected room, starts dragging immediately regardless of modifiers. Drag all selected rooms together while holding the mouse button. Release mouse button, drag stops. Selection logic from one room. Combine this selection plus drag so no one cohesive example for layout so you can copy it directly, no missing pieces or weird interactions. Yes, please. It's just kind of weird because it keeps on going like. Okay, good body's on. Good. I mean, it keeps going. Input handling, unhandled input. Unhandled input. I won't be get global mouse position, but I can fix that. Okay. Function ready. Okay, that's fine. Room clicked. Okay. Input. Okay. I'm just like wondering when do I enter? What do I enter here? Is it just rewriting it each time? Okay. Sure. uh, the top of your script. Okay, got it. Update on room clicked. Okay, now it's actually telling me what to do though. So before it's just telling me what the code is, and then this is actually telling me in what step to do it. Replace your current on room clicked with this. Add drag group in the input event, probably in your layout camera or main scene. Input. Okay. Get room on it. You already have for hit testing. Get room under mouse. Okay. Clear selection when clicking empty space. And where is that being called though? Okay. Update on room clicked. Track behavior and input. Rooms, get room under mouse. Selected room has drag position. Clear selection. Why not? No thanks. Um, Here, give me a sec. Let me. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Back to here. Okay. let's check this out here. Um, thanks. We'll worry about stuff like that later. So this last thing you pasted is all I need to put into my code. Input event goes in your main layout tool script, right? This is a helper called from input when clicking empty space. You also need to make sure you have these supporting variables defined somewhere in your layout tool. So it's not literally a sure, that would be great. Input handling. Input if event the button index equals left and event pressed. Room, get room under mouse. Shift input is key pressed. Key control. If room is control, toggle selection. Shift add to selection. Else select only this room. Start dragging if clicking select a room. Else click empty space. If not, control or shift an empty space clicked. If event button for clear selection on empty space click, selected rooms not clear. Helper find room under mouse, get room under mouse. Okay. Clicks. So the rooms on room clicked. Unclick signals fully compatible with this system. Yes, please. Called from each. Sure. It's just I don't know. It's like it's rewriting it every time. I don't get it exactly. Do you want to do this too? You want to do this too? You want to do this too? I just keep on asking it, and it just keeps on whatever. So whatever, right? Our room's visual states is selected on each layer. Rooms up. Drag to select. Box select should be later I want to get this working, so I keep waiting for you to say, okay, go ahead and put this code in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assume that's the case. What I'm going to do here, though, is layout tool. Is it in layout tool? Layout tool. Okay, so that's all of this stuff here. I'm going to actually take this. I wish there was like a real block comment, so I didn't have to have the comments on each line. And I mean, this works, but to me it's not as elegant. 614. Wait a minute. What is 614? Okay. Wait, let's see something here. I room clicked. Okay. Home. Yeah. There you go. We're gonna leave this guy in here. Okay. I mean, we'll try it. I have to do this first so that it has the indentations. Get global mouse position isn't there, obviously, because it's not there. Okay. All right. Back keeps itching. So. Uh, okay, so, and actually I got the deal in here, the rooms to local. So, get global mouse position, get global mouse position. I'm gonna call it get mouse position here. Here, I'm gonna put this up here. Gonna be vector 2, right? Vector 2. Okay, and then we're gonna do this. And we're going to, here, let's back this up here. Return mouse global. That. Okay, that's all right. Delta's never used, huh? Let's call this get. We take the global part out because it's not actually global, but 739. Hmm. This is probably not going to work though. Um, let's see what happens anyways. That's weird. Huh. So it doesn't use delta. Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Welcome, Rook. Hmm. Sorry about that. Back stitching, so I had to find something to scratch it. I don't have a back scratcher, so I usually use like a hanger or something. Um, okay. Okay, so this doesn't work. But before you suggest anything, I want to revert to the way it was when I started this morning, and we'll go from there. So give me a few moments to revert code. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and remove everything except for, wait a minute, where are we at? Where? Handle zoom. Okay, process right there. Okay, so that's there, and this get mouse position is okay, so I'm going to go all the way down to this. I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to go ahead and page down, Control K like that. Mouse local. Okay, get room under mouse. Instead of mouse local, I'm just going to call get mouse position because I already wrote that function. In fact, I should actually Pascal case it, but I won't worry about that right now. Get mouse position. So, and then I don't need Oh, right. So if I remove that, then, and I remove that, that makes this a little bit easier. Same thing here. Equals get mouse position. Okay. Okay, do I have any more of that? No. So this should work just like it did this morning, where it doesn't work 100%, but it works. It still works though. So okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it the code here, just this part of the code, so that it knows. Okay, we're going to try troubleshooting this again, but step by step. In segments, and I want to first say I made a for function that gets the proper mouse position by getting viewport position and then converting that into local coordinates with the rooms node, rooms container. So since there's no actual get global mouse position, instead I'm using my get mouse position function. Okay. Got that straight. Not trying to sound impertinent, but simply using regular human language. Okay. So instead of relying, okay. So here's the code, the existing code as it stands. We're going to fix this and not completely replace everything. So I should have everything in here. Function connect room, get mouse, drag start. Okay, so let's fix the empty space clicks. So what do I need to add to fix that? right? If no room is under the mouse, clear the selection. Add this to your input event function before drag handling. All right. Turns null. If there's no room under the cursor, clear selection already deselects all rooms. Just wait. After every suggested fix, allow me to fix it before moving on. Got that? You got that? Okay. If you didn't catch it, I did say welcome to you. Implement this empty space click fix first and then move on. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna see if that works. Interesting. Okay, so okay. Before drag handling. Okay. So I can do this, right? That's okay. Control S. It still needs to be. Yeah. Okay. That's all right. So this should just work straight up, but we'll test it anyways. Okay. I don't even know why it's not even working right now, but not room under mouse, clear selection. Okay. Room clicked. All right. This is what input looks like now. Please acknowledge before moving on. Okay, that works. And single click works, but the modifier keys don't do anything now. I'm not sure why, since it doesn't affect on click. The input function is checking for empty space, clicks before anything else, which is fine, but there's nothing connecting the modifier keys with on-room clicked anymore. The on-room click function is only called when a layout room emits a clicked signal. That signal still works, but here's a catch. When you click on a room, the The click signal passes the shift and control states at the time of the click, but your input function now clears the selection before arm room click is called. If you click over empty space, modifier keys have no effect if the click is on a room, unless you explicitly check them in input or let the room handle it for. In other words, click on room logic is still correct, but your empty space logic doesn't respect the modifiers, which is fine. The problem is likely that you're testing control shift clicks, but you might be clicking slightly outside the room panel. Get room on your mouse, then returns null and immediately clears the selection, so it looks like the modifiers are being ignored. We integrated a check so that empty space clicks only clear selection if no modifier keys are held. That way, control shift clicks on empty space won't wipe your selection out unexpectedly. Yes, please, and just that, and just this snippet that I need to add. Your empty space click block with this. Only clear selection if, okay, sure. Copy. All right, we'll do that. Oops. What the? Yeah, I know. It's got to be tabbed in. Okay. Now let's try it again. Okay. All right. Okay, that's working all right. Now, I should be able to drag anything that's selected as long as I click on and am holding down the mouse button on on any of the selected panels. So no clearing should be happening unless I click out an empty space or click on another non-selected panel, which would act like a single click. Then you just need to make sure the drag only starts if you click on a currently selected room. You already have this check in on room clicked. Start drag if clicked on selected room. If selected room has room, if dragging is true, start position, get mouse position, drag started on. So the only thing to ensure that the empty space clicks or clicks on unselected rooms do not set is dragging equals true. At this point, your input for dragging can stay as is because it only uses is dragging. The behavior now should be click on a selected room, The behavior now should be click on selected room, drag all selected rooms, click on empty space, clear selected, click on unselected room, select it, and start drag. Shift control clicks. Um, wait, let me see here. Let me see if what this says is already existing, because, okay, the selected rooms has room. Let's see some here. Selected rooms has room. I have this, but like I said, it's let me see what it's doing. What's it doing? Um, it's not dragging all the selected rooms. Instead, it's acting like a single click. So only one room gets dragged and the rest are deselected. My only thought to fix this is to make sure if selected rooms has room is dragging ... is at the top of on room clicked. Not sure if this will work, but this sounds like it should be correct, because otherwise it's going through the modifier logic first and then acting like a single click. Okay, let's see if it comes up. First apply shift normal click logic, which can modify selected rooms before the drag check happens. To fix for drag, check for drag start before modifying selection, something like this at the very top. If selected rooms has room, is dragging is true. Okay, so I moved that to the top. Now, do I need to do it as an if pair, or do I just do the that if block at the top by itself? Okay, all right, we'll do that. Okay, we're gonna try this. And actually, that's what's funny is I came up with that. Okay, Not that it couldn't have told me or whatever. I'm just saying, my me suspecting. I was suspecting that these were clearing out this thing up here, so the dragging should be starting up here, I think. So we'll see. I guess we'll reload because I didn't stop it. Okay. Huh. Nope, that did not work at all. In fact, dragging doesn't even work at all. Well, let me do what I said though, right? LF. Let's see if that works. Nope, that didn't work either. Well, putting that at the top stopped any dragging from happening. Hmm. If you have the dated selection up before, that way if the room is already selected, start dragging immediately. Okay, so let me, instead of just doing that, let's go ahead and put this back down below. And then I'll go ahead and save it and run it just to see if it does like it's supposed to now. Okay, that's fine. Shift Control else is select the room, update highlight, select the room's clear. See, this clears. Let me see. Okay, so let me think about this for a second. Shoot, it's almost time for me to be done today. Should have this done today already, but I mean, I can kind of see what's happening. This is just starting the drag here after all this is done. But what happens here is if you don't shift or click, if you don't shift or control, then it works like a normal click. That's why it's not respecting the other selections. We don't want it to clear if I don't want it to clear it unless it's I don't want it to clear unless it's an unselected room or you're selecting a new room. Or how do I say that? I only want it to clear if I only want it to call clear if it's not already selected. Right? So no, I want to just fix this. So the problem here is it clears it if Control or Shift are not clicked. But we want to only clear it if we only want to clear it if you're clicking on an unselected room. So the line selected rooms not clear under the else block needs to have an additional if statement. Room. Oh, if selected rooms is not empty, if not, if not, let's see. How do I detect if an array? We want to know if it's not empty. Is not empty. Okay. Only with cook rooms not already selected. Ah. You can still start dragging. Okay, let's see if that works. Because I got that. Copy code. Else. The room's clear. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. Uh, right. So, okay, I guess. Okay, I guess I get it. Copy. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Wait. Else. Okay, let's copy code. Oh, copy. Okay, sorry. My brain's blitzing. Whatever. Uh, this is the way we'll do. Click on you. Okay, this is the way we'll do it. Right. Control B. Control S. Um. Like that. Control S. Okay. This still does this. Selected rooms dot append room. Okay, I guess I gotta paste it because these might still need to be under that extra if statement here. So this is the new block. I'm wondering if I need to put anything else under that. If not, fine. So here. The if not selected rooms has rooms, and selected rooms block only clears other selections if you click on a room that wasn't already selected. It was exactly what you want. Yes. The selected rooms append room always, so the clicked room will become selected regardless of whether others were cleared. You don't need to put anything else under that if not, unless you want extra line or special behavior. Okay, but um, this might actually fix everything if it fixes anything. So let's just see if that works. Okay. Okay. Can I drag one? Okay. Can I control this? Can I drag? Okay, so why? Okay, wait, let's try this. Okay, so it still clears it though. Why does it clear the other deals? Still not working right. I select multiple panels, then click on a selected one, and it automatically deselects anything that's not under the mouse. How come it's still doing that? Because the order of operation on room combined with the else block you wrote, even though you added the if not selected rooms has rooms guard, it only prevents clearing if the clicked room is unselected. But it doesn't prevent clearing when the clicked room is selected. Your current code still executes the rest of the else block in the way that ends specifically. Always run. So you effectively end up appending the room again, and any logic that depends on the array before this runs may misbehave or if there's a signal. Only append the room to select the rooms not already there, and only run clear others logic if clicked room is not already selected, something like this. Else normal click. If not selected rooms has room, clear selection, your helper function. Selected rooms dot append room, room that is selected, update highlight. Notice how the click on an already selected room does nothing except maybe start a drag. It won't clear or toggle or anything. This should fix behavior. No thanks. I'm going to try to put this code in there and see if it fixes my problem. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. So this is why I was saying about the adding that in. But we can just do. Wait a second. Wait. Okay. I'll do it anyways. Okay, and then we'll tab it to make sure it's Control S to make sure that it's in. Okay. And then I'll just do an undo because it's just a couple of undo levels, so it should be fine. I don't know why, it's still not working. On room clicked. I click on a room. Maybe I should do some debugging, right? Okay, I'm gonna see exactly what's going on there first, though. Not selected rooms has room. Only if the click room is not already selected. If selected rooms does have the room in it, then don't do any of this stuff. All right. Let's check this out then. Okay. Well, it's not even getting there. Why is it not even getting there? Oh. Oh, well, here, let's do it on a... We'll do it on the line just to make sure that that wasn't the problem here. Debug. Okay. Ready, go. Okay. And then I want to continue. I'll do shift and that. Okay, I want to continue again. Oh, why did it do that? Huh. Okay, something else is going on. Something else funky is going on here. Shift, select. Okay. Step over. Huh. Selected room has room, right? Okay, that might explain something here. It's still going in there, even though it shouldn't be going in there. Okay, let's just stop. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Don't save. Reload save scene just to make sure we're sure. Okay, go ahead and run. I'm clicking. So we're gonna step over. I just want to make sure that, okay, clear selection, select rooms. Okay, we're gonna do that. Now we're gonna go ahead and F12 is continue, I believe. We're gonna say shift and we're gonna click on this again. Okay, it's not doing it. Why? Because I hit shift, right? Because I don't have the breakpoint. So it's handling the shift deal. Now, if I click on this, what should happen is this is in selected rooms. So it has selected rooms. So it should be a false. In other words, it should not go here. Why did it go here? Okay. All right. What's that? Why didn't it close it? Doggone it. Okay, stop. Okay. Okay, so it's still not working. Don't do anything yet, but I put a breakpoint on if not selected rooms that has room. Okay, so I did that. It's still going into the block when it should be skipping it because I click on a room, it selects normal click, then I add with a shift or a shift or a toggle. Okay. Then when I click on does that mean that has to do with the highlight? It means the highlight is still highlighted, but the room has been removed or something. A selected room, it still goes in the block. The only thing I can think of is that it's deselecting how do I say it? The key is that the else block on the on-room click is triggered only when neither shift nor control is pressed, which is fine. But inside the block, the line, if not selected rooms has rooms and size rooms is greater than 0, should prevent clearing if the clicked room is already selected in theory. If your breakpoint shows that it's still entering that if, that means that selected rooms has room is returning false, even though visually that room appears selected. Reference mismatch. The room being clicked might be a different instance than the one is in selected rooms, so that has room returns false. Even if room.name matches, it's not literally the same object. You accidentally cleared selected rooms somewhere earlier, although less likely if you traced it. Some other logic modifying selected rooms in between, for instance, if the input or the click signal triggers another call to onRoom clicked. The first one is most common. You can check by doing print clicked room. This will tell you whether the room instance is literally the same object as the ones in like the different instances has will never return true, and the clear selection block will always execute. I want to check this debug print. Where do I put that? After the else or after the if not has? If not selected rooms that has. Put it right at the start of the else block before the if. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the breakpoint so I can just see the debug. So we're going to go back to output, clear that out. We are going to go run the scene. We are going to click. Actually, what's this supposed to say? Clicked room contains okay. I bet it's empty. The empty, and I bet it's input. Okay. Okay, so the rooms are empty. Selected rooms array is empty. I'm thinking the clear selection being called in input is interfering. Interfering. Okay. I don't know why I had a problem spelling that. So I need to check that to see if it's actually empty space by checking selected rooms. I think if it's not input's calling clear selection whenever you click, that means right. I'm gonna change your input logic so it only clears selection you actually runs before on room click, or that clear selection doesn't run on room click. Oh, oh, that's right. Okay. Wait a second. Clear selection. Well, this is the code. This is the code, so if something is still off, presumably it's only clearing if there is no room under the mouse and Control and Shift are not being pressed. Checks are correct. Weather modifier is not working. All right, so let's just copy that. All right. Get room under mouse. Where's get room under mouse? There we go. Okay, we'll try it. Um, room under mouse is no. Huh. That's interesting. Hmm. Room under mouse keeps returning no. Panel rect. Get panel rect. So where is get? Wait a minute. Where is get panel rect? Room that get panel rect. Okay. I see. I see what you're saying. Get panel rect isn't returning the correct rectangle. Spring position. Should I put in? Okay, why not? Minus room dot position. It could only just not work. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. See if it works. No. Okay. Okay, well, not position work. I'm going to have to check, make sure where the coordinates are, and then see if I can't translate them correctly. Let me check something, but I may have to wait until tomorrow, as my time is just about up. Give me a few moments. Okay, so that's probably what is going on. I wanted to check something though, and that is okay. Okay, it's room under mouse is null. Room is still null. Click empty space. Empty space, cleared selection. Oh, click empty space. Why didn't I notice that? Okay. I guess I didn't pay attention. It keeps saying it's clicking empty space. So, I'm definitely not translating something correctly, but I'll have to continue tomorrow. Thanks. Okay, well, that'll have to do it for today, guys. Apparently it's not. We have two things going on. One, we've got the area, so whenever it highlights, it's because we got the on click. So the on click is actually sending the thing there. I mean, I could find a way of storing on click in a yeah, that might be the solution. It might be to store that, I get the on clicked, I set that, then if I have a class layout tool, class level, then give the it will give the room that was just clicked on. I might do that. And so whenever it hits empty space, then and that way I could work based off of that. Anyways, I'll have to fix that tomorrow. So I'm running out of time. So thanks for bearing with me, and we'll try to finish this up tomorrow, if at all possible. Thank you for watching part 2.